Hi, everybody. My name is Dr. Ohofor-Haraye. My business is called Druggist Healthcare, and today I have the pleasure of interviewing a new friend, Deanna Fahey. She is the founder and creator of City Life Nature Kits, and I'm excited to welcome her to share with you all about her products and what she has to offer. Hi, Deanna.
Hi, how are you?
Good. You're doing all right today? Yep. Can you share with
So far, so
everybody?
good.
Yeah, can you share with everybody about your business or your story?
Sure. So I'm a teacher, and it's a passion. I love teaching, but I also like the outdoors. And I've noticed, the trend, just like everyone else, that a lot of kids aren't getting outside and playing. And so I decided to combine my two passions, my love of the outdoors and my love for teaching. And I created City Life Nature Kits, bringing nature to your city life. They're really geared more towards families who are living in urban areas that feel like they don't have a lot of nature available to them. And so it's a nature-based program. So I take a topic in nature, for example, migration, and they get information about different types of animals that migrate and why they migrate. And then I take that topic and I expand it to other subject areas. I try to incorporate a lot of culture and geography. There's some math in there. Um, Anything, because really nature is the foundation for so many other topics that can be studied. Um, and so it's an interdisciplinary program that also encourages kids to go outside and learn about the place that they live in, be it the weeds outside, the birds flying overhead, the trees in their yard, or even the architecture that's in their neighborhood, just to hopefully get kids to feel a sense of place and belonging um, in the outside world, and to be less threatening, because I know I've heard a lot of people who they're like, oh, nature, I don't want to, it just scares me. And so I tried to create a program that encourages families to go outside together in a very non-threatening way. Everything is provided in the kits that they need to do any of the activities that are suggested. So it's kind of like an ease into nature-based education, and an ease into getting outside again and interacting with the natural world.
Yeah, I know it's been a challenge for our family. I know things with COVID have settled down, but I don't think we're quite ready for full-on interaction with large groups of people right now. But
Mm.
I think that's a good idea. The other thing I thought about while you were talking is we have one child who is seriously allergic to bee stings.
Ooh.
And I know you have a kit on pollinators, so like that's a safe way for him to study bees and
Right.
learn about how important they are to our environment.
Mm.
Your kits are really very complete. Do you want to
Mm.
share any? I know before when we were talking, you were telling me about all of the manipulable items that are included in your kits.
Mhm.
Do you think that those would be good for perhaps children with like autistic needs or special needs education?
Yes, actually, I some of my kids, or my program was in a school for children with those specific types of needs. They're very sensory oriented, and so which is good for kids. A lot of different learning styles, that children have across, the spectrum, and or any spectrum, and so they're really good for kids um, with any sort of, how should I say, like, they're good for anybody really, but they are definitely good for kids who, especially kids who learn through sensory stimulation, because there are a lot of sensory manipulatives. They also get some different natural objects that I'm that I've collected here in Maine. I live in Maine, and my daughter and I go out and we collect a whole bunch of natural materials. And so the kits, they get some of those natural materials. And so like they get to smell the ocean, and they get to smell a pine cone if they don't have, those where they live, and they get to feel the sap. And so my kids are full of sensory types of manipulatives.
Yeah, I'm really excited to open. We got the wind and kites kit. I'm really excited to open it. It looks to me like there's a lot included in your kit. Like this is more than like a 1 hour activity. Like if it's an entire like educator planned lesson, like it's the whole package. I think that's what's really neat about it,
Right.
because I think kids especially get excited to learn about new things. They like to go outside. And even though our family does live fairly close to some parks and things, there are plenty of days in Ohio when the weather is horrible and we cannot go outside. And I have one little naturalist who goes insane, and she's like, "Mommy, can't we go out?" "No, it's 100 degrees. Mommy, can we go out?" "No, it's storming." Here in Ohio, we actually get more rain and cloudy days than Seattle, which is crazy.
Oh, wow.
Because that's their jam. Like that shouldn't be a thing. So you offer a lot of different types of kits, and how many types of kits do you have now?
Currently, I have 7, but there'll
7.
be, by the end of the fall, there'll be 9. And yes, and actually, I wanted to mention, you mentioned the kids really like to learn about different things. The topics that are in my kits, I try to do things that they wouldn't necessarily learn about in school. And so, and find like oddball tidbits. For example, the milkweed plant, the seeds of the milkweed, they were used, the government paid kids to collect the milkweed fibers, during World War II, to use as flotation devices for the people who they're the military. And
Oh,
so
wow.
yeah, and so they're learning a little bit of history, and I hope that they wouldn't necessarily learn in school, and then hopefully that stimulates them to say, "Wow, that's pretty cool. What else did the military hire kids to do?" Who would have thought the military would hire the kids to collect things? But so I really try to find things that would be interesting to kids that they wouldn't necessarily learn in school.
That is interesting fact. I did not know that. Is there a
Yeah.
particular age range you would recommend the kits for?
Yeah, most of them are for kids between like 7 and 14. And so the younger kids, I really, depending on the ability of the child, obviously, but the younger kids, I would suggest more it be a family type of thing that they do together.
Okay.
But the older kids could definitely do it on their own. And there's the first part of the program guide, there's all the information about whatever topic they're learning about. And then there's vocabulary, and there's coloring pages, and there's different types of activities that are suggested based on whatever the topic is. And so yeah, the younger kids, I would suggest having somebody help them or do it with them, and then the older kids could definitely do it on their own. But 7 to 14 interest range.
Great. That's fantastic. How do people find you?
I have a website. It's www.citylifenaturekits.com.
And I will post your links below the video when we post it.
Okay.
And that way that will be another place. You're on Facebook, aren't you?
I am on Facebook and Instagram. My Facebook is I think it's the City Life Nature Kits name, but Instagram, I'm actually at Deanna in Maine.
Okay. Okay, excellent. Okay, so that's 3 different places. Everybody out there can check out Deanna and City Life Nature Kits and find you for more interesting information. I saw you also post a lot about your adventures out in nature on your site, which is fun to see. Is there anything else you want to share about your kits?
No, just they are complete kits. They come with everything that you need, and they're very non-threatening. It's a great way for families to, and I do hope families, you know, ideally I would love, you know, just families to go back outside and be together and learning about the natural world, but also about their place, where they come from, and all of that. So
Yeah, I
that's
think
ideally what I would like.
yeah, I think it's a great kit, and I think it's really nice that you've packaged all of the information up together so for families to work through it together and you know, just a unique, interesting activity, something different to do as a group. I appreciate you taking the time to talk with me today.
Oh, no problem. Thank you for having me.
Thanks, Deanna. You have a great day.
You too. Thank you.